Hello, and once more welcome back to Pathologic.
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means we're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. But I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Once more we observe the play, and our actors are once more done. So, after a long delay, we finally return to the game. And this time, the Haruspex is our story. Which is, I should clarify, a slight mistranslation of Haruspex. There's multiple different translations. Hierophant is probably the closest translation, being a ritual sacrificial butcher. Anyway, how do they call upon the Menku, the faithful of the warden kin? Known by their hands, for they are butchers, known by their eyes, for they are surgeons, they who follow the lines, they who are leaders of the kin, they who speak to the Urduks, they who know the secret art of Haruspex. What is a Haruspex? Reading the future in the entrails, he knows that a body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body. His steps follow the lines of his king's fortune. A Haruspex that can tell a true line from a false one is entrusted with power. A Haruspex who is confused by his path gets buried in the deep black flesh of the earth. This is the story of a person who has avoided the contradiction, eager to rip to doomed life apart, masterfully fulfilling his true purpose in the process. Now, if you understood any of that, more power to you.
Artemy Burakh is coming back to his hometown after an absence of 10 years. Born to a family endowed with a caste right to cut living beings open, he was preparing himself for this line of work since childhood. Artemy's father, Isidore Burakh, a wise man and philosopher well respected by the locals, had admitted to the limits of traditional knowledge and sent his son off to study modern medicine in the academy. Artemy has been traveling from town to town, learning theoretical and practical surgery for several years now. Suddenly, a mysterious letter appears with his father giving him notice of his impending demise and begging Artemy to return and accept succession. Unwilling to wait for a regular freight train, Artemy follows the rails through the steppe until he's caught up with by a small shunt locomotive. This is how young Haruspex arrives in the town.
Here we go. So, if you recall from the last game, when we start with Daniel, poor old Artemy was blamed for the death of Isidore. The townsfolk, ever the quick to point fingers and blame, decided that Artemy was in fact the murderer all along. This is the situation that we start in. Now playing as Artemy, we play as someone presumed a murderer. Thus, you can see at the top right of the screen, our reputation is awful, and we've been stabbed several times, so our health is pretty crap. So, from this point forward, I am the eldest member of the Burakh family, a Menchu. I am the heir to my father, Isidore Burakh, the warden of the kin, the supreme Menchu of many years. The inheritance of my father will nourish my mind and my body alike. It is a question of life and death for me to claim it, for it will imbue my dissolute existence with reason. I am one of the Menchu, those who know the lines, those who open up the body, those who link the earthly to the under-earth. The duty of the Menchu is to serve the children of Bodo, to interpret coincidence, to point out decisions informed by wisdom. The very reason of my existence is to carry out this duty. Who will I become if I fail to bind my destiny with my father's calling? So, a little bit of background, in which the Haruspex turns from a rightful heir into a dangerous criminal. A little bit of background, just to keep everyone up to speed. Bodho is an earth deity of sorts, or Bodo is in fact the earth itself. The cult-like religion, which Artemy is part of, and is very heavily based on the myths of the Russian and Mongolian steppe. The steppe itself is very much in the southeastern part of Russia. This is a distinctly non-European flavour of story. This is more native steppe folk. As such, the myths will be a little bit different to what you expect. So, Burakh, you're almost dead. Got a few more minutes left to live. I am here to solemnly announce that. Not much can be done on such short notice. You've been hit on the head several times, and the locals have heavy fists. Not sure you've noticed already, but you've already got 4 stab wounds, one of them seemingly rather grievous. Massive blood loss too, and the local climate doesn't allow too much strain. Any heart conditions? Aren't you a funny guy? Well, your health is in a sorry state. Am I wrong to suspect you haven't eaten for a couple of days and had no sleep last night? Your expression betrays you. Your hunger and exhaustion are also critical. I wonder of which of these unfortunate afflictions will become the end of you first. So, what's your plan? What would you recommend? We'll need a first aid kit to restore your health, or at least some bandages or tourniquets. They'll stop the bleeding. Painkillers would help you make it even further. Where do I get them? You can mug the passers-by or barter with them. Children will gladly trade most valuable things in exchange for what others would consider junk. Moreover, our drunkards usually have bandages on them. When you're a drunk, it makes sense to always be prepared for a fight. When they're hungover, however, they'd sell their own sister for a bottle of water. Water is scarce here. Is that enough to make it to the evening? You're also hungry, aren't you? Very hungry. You don't have to mug people to sate your hunger. Food can be found in shops, although your reputation would preclude you from enjoying their hospitality. On the other hand, a whole warehouse of meat was robbed yesterday, when it was unlocked for shipping procedures. It's hurt my reputation so much. An unfortunate misunderstanding. I wouldn't be so rash as to call it slander, but it looks very much like it. Tell me about it. My friend will do it better, that's his part. My job is explaining to you how to keep your body in a working condition. Alright, go on. If any of the noble townspeople trusts you enough, you can always sleep at their place. Just remember that you're an outlaw for now. The only person who believes you is Vlad Olgimsky. I'll show you where he lives. You can get some sleep at his mansion. Don't forget to apply bandages before that, unless dying in your sleep is the career opportunity of your choice, that is. Thank you. Be careful. Dodge strangers. They're afraid of you now and will attack you in a heartbeat. Don't trust anyone. Speak to my fellow executor. He wanted to have a word with you too. Okay. So our first note of the day is to go to Vlad's place. Vlad we didn't like very much as Daniel, but I have a feeling he has a rather different story now. Welcome to your hometown, Warden. It's been a long time since you've been here. You probably don't even remember the spicy odor of twire in the air. Yeah. Do you know why you were attacked? No. You've been mistaken for another person. They're looking for a murderer. A very important and well-respected man was killed last night. The townsfolk loved the deceased more fervently than some children love their fathers. Don't be too hard on them for their outburst. Should I also feel sorry for them? Apologize, perhaps? They are naive. In towns like this, reputation is everything. Books are judged by their covers here, even after the last page is turned. No one is going to examine you in detail. A minor rumor here, a gossip there, and you're a public enemy already. You've got 0 reputation. The only option available to you is living with the consequences of this. Well, what should I do? Restore your reputation. Do that now, and at any other time it becomes too low. People are foolish and weak. One day you're beaten to a pulp and laughed at, and the next you're worshipped. As for the third day, well, I think you caught my drift. What I'm saying is, any misdeed can be atoned for, and you'll be loved just as fervently as you were hated. How do I restore my reputation? Do good deeds. This town is small, rumors spread like fire, growing 100-fold in the process. And they're spread by children too, so your reputation will be restored. Just don't be wasteful with it. It's fragile. What makes it low? The decrease of your reputation depends first and foremost on the number of living beings you've made less than living. It also depends on how you influence the people whose fates are bound to yours. You'll meet those special people. They're called the bound sometimes. A silly custom, but a useful one. Special people? 30 or so, each of them possessing their own unique traits. All of them hate one another, all of them are habitual liars, all of them deserve to live. Yet some of them are incompatible. Someone has to die so that another may live. And you know what that means. Oh, I recognize these people. That's not hard. They're striking personalities, locally famous, even though not all of them are of noble descent. Beggars, outcasts, little children even. Bound to be a bit closer to perfection than the common crowd. I see. Thank you for the advice. So, off First order of the day, I think, should be to try and figure out how to get to Vlad's place. There's a whole bunch of strangers up there, and I don't really trust them. Given our reputation is as shoddy as it is, we're gonna have to be very careful. Not exactly hurrying, was he? So, the children's warehouse.
Murderer, murderer, they say. Damn, no one can kill Simon Kind. No way.
New face in our small society. A fighter? A doctor. A doctor? Gee, we've got a doctor already. Quite unexpectedly too. You haven't had one like me.
In trouble, to be troubled is to have your trouble doubled.
You're not one of Grief's men, are you? Who is this Grief? Bad Grief is the kingpin of the criminal world. He's a lair in the northern warehouses where he trades his weapons, twirling and other nastiness. Every murderer and criminal has a connection to him, one way or another. That's the way it goes here. And that's why I'm asking you, again. Were you on your way to him or not? Do I look like a criminal to you? Some people came running through the warehouses a few minutes ago. They told everyone that a horrible killer, the whole town's apparently out to get him. He tried to escape by train, got ambushed, killed everyone, and was now going back here. Just now I'm thinking, were they perhaps talking about you? It's a misunderstanding. I came from far away and got attacked. Okay then, you do look like you've been through a lot. We'd like to help you, but we've been robbed too. And as bad luck would have it, it's the medicine that's been snatched. Liquor, that bastard. He's a traitor, a thief, a thug, and a prick. Who are you talking about? Liquor, the name's fit. The prick's a natural-born bootlicker. Can't figure out who he's sold out to. The thieves are the dogheads. He's stolen the most precious thing from his mates, the bastard. On top of that, he's done it right when a war's about to start. A war? A war with the dogheads, that stinking bastard, the heartless, soulless little rat. Stole the most precious thing we owned, murdered a friend, and ran over to the enemy's side. We used to think he was one of us. Was he pretending all along? He deserves to die, to be killed. Are you at war? They're a gang like us, the dogheads. The difference here is that there's 50 of us against 500 of them. They want to eliminate us. We're resisting. This is our war. There's been no deaths so far, but this whole thing is serious. Playtime's over. So your guy switched sides, right? He's probably with his thieving buddies. At first he hid in the steppe and then he just vanished. Probably took a roundabout to evade us. We lost him near the barrow and then we've had to run away because the thieves appeared all of a sudden. If you find this bastard, do cut him to pieces, please. You mean kill him? Yes, the murderous little bastard doesn't deserve to live anymore. I'll give you my revolver as a gift then. One thing though. If he's with a dog, don't touch it. One must never hurt dogs. Alright, I'll have a chat with him if I find him. The honest Notkin is claiming that some doghead is hiding here. Rumour has it that he's a traitor and a thief. So you might remember from our last time that we played that the dogheads are a gang and, well, they're a gang of children. Most of the children are, well, I think we should be wary about most of the children. They are not really all that innocent, unlike most Western games. They are vicious. Ah, shit. Someone spotted me. So yes, the children are vicious, they are murderous, they are... I'm really, really screwed with this. I don't have any weapons. Shit. I don't know if he's gonna keep following me. He might. Bad idea to kill people if you can avoid it. It's only going to hurt my reputation worse. You may have noticed there that I also looted some other things from this gentleman's body. Being a Haruspex, I had some other things that Daniel perhaps did not. I have a personal scalpel, which I can use to extract organs. And in that case, I took out the heart, liver, blood, and kidney. Who are you? What's your business here? Gathering twire, are you? Came for you, little doggy. Oh, really? You're in cahoots with them too? No way. So who sent you? Someone who's very unhappy with you. They want your blood. Are they nuts? Why are they bullying me? I did some snooping here and there. So what? So what I did was some double agenting. I'm done. I don't want to rat out the soul and a halves to the thieves. I don't want to rat out the thieves to the soul and a halves. I'm the only sensible person around here. Why do they want you dead? This is your last chance. I don't like traitors. Hey, that's nothing at all. So I took something. It's common property, right? So it's mine too. They have what? They'd have slang-wanged. Fucking wow. They'd have slang-wanged over this schmouder anyway. You could say I did him a favour, so I hurt the doggy, true, but in self-defence, nothing more. One's right to defend himself is sacred, right? That was unconvincing. Have mercy on me, good man. He who saves a life will be rewarded. I just can't tell you what they want me dead for. It would make me feel real bad, but I won't do it anymore. So this is obviously a child. Somewhere in the realm of between 12 and 14. Now, I'm going to be cruel. No, you die here. Little fucker. Because I want a fucking powder. Ooh, that reputation is awful. So, I might have made a bit of a mistake in terms of how I've handled this, because I could have got a bit more of a reward if I'd talked to some other people. However, of note, this game has been slightly changed. So in this one I killed a dog head. This was obviously a child. In the previous iteration of the game you end up killing a midget, an aged looking midget, because there were issues around being able to release this game in the West and having the ability to kill children. Which, funnily enough, isn't always necessarily looked upon all that well. So, anyway. That's been something that's evidently been changed in the game now. Or at least changed to a small degree. Let's see what Griff says. Just gonna quickly save the game before...
That doctor is quick on the draw, eh? Shot someone already. I can spot a jailbird a mile away.
Don't know why he's got a southern American accent, but hey, you look like a man not to be picked on, don't you? Well, we'll do some rooking and swindling here and there, we will, but let's not be enemies. Thieving is more honourable than killing anyway, if you ask me. You must hold a different opinion, though, eh? Who are you? They ain't been telling you about good old bad grief, the kingpin and king of thieves, the stockman-in-chief, the smuggling master. Well, the robberings are here too. No, they haven't. Well, that's me. Welcome to our lair. We're up to some smuggling, we are, so everything that's prohibited you can find here in great supply. You might want to be careful though, big man. Buying stuff of us harms you in a way. If anyone finds out, they won't trust you anymore. Thanks for the warning.
What?
I know who you are. It's not like I have a choice. A line of trade like this, a man doesn't have the right not to miss out on anything fundamental. Some turmoil that was, eh? Those who got away from you ran past us, you see. Asked me if you were one of our lot. Nope, I said, so they warned me that you'd come. Fuck, I'm losing it, sorry. They'll warn you, those who greet them at the next pit stop too. Damn mess, they mistook me with someone else. Oh, don't you fuss, you got yourself into the town from the right side. Scum and villains here, villains and scum. Shady folk living by the warehouses since the world began. Us lot, we're used to the murderings, robberings, murderings, and killerings and the likes. So your gang's not the only one here? If only. One heart bomb there is, one and only, and we're the strongest. Officially we ain't no thieves, but rather humble storekeepers, but there is new blood too. Someone's hired them doggies to guard their stuff, and no way they ain't got sticky fingers. Well, that's their business, not mine. But the boys, them little punks, are on the rise. How could a man have guessed? What boys are you talking about? Some whippersnappers used to play around here. We didn't touch the lot, why would we? They're small fish, tiny fish. A cuff on the nape and a kick in the butt and shoo 'em away from here were enough. But they went on ganging, got themselves a real fighting, real dog snappish too. Getting on our nerves quite a bit. I was patient with them for a while, but now they're trying to get their hands on my goods. That I won't stand, not for a moment, no. You're gonna declare war on them? I'll start with one of them, the cockiest one. Take care of him first. They had this trait of theirs, ratting him out to us. The little punk was afraid for his life. But now the prick's turned on everyone, both them lot and us. Poisoned one of my thieves, took the stash and ran off with the step. Son of a bitch. Went looking for him, couldn't find him in the dark. I've offed some rent in the step. Good hour too. You know your business, don't you? You've got my gratitude and a small souvenir to remember the day, yeah? That would come in handy. Thank you very much. 5 shotgun shells.
Feels like my stitches are popping.
So, I am unwelcome here. How to explain that I had nothing to do with it? Hey, old boy, you've started up the town, you have. Heavens know how many folks you've offed, they say, huh? But them blockheads weren't after you in the first place. So you've to only drop a word or two, they'll go around believing it all. They've got themselves a new target already, but they're after some bitch now. Shapeshifter dire and grim. So everything that's wrong is her doing now, even the wrongs you've done for real. But I'm still a target, aren't I? They'll leave you alone soon enough, they will. Our lot says that there's just one of them folks from the station ain't dead yet. There's one guy to describe your features. He'll die soon enough too. Crawled to the cemetery already, and there he lies now, all a-bleeding. Ain't you a tough guy? If you were to die, no one would be able to call you a murderer. I can tell you that for sure. Where's the cemetery? Oh, all around us a cemetery is. Go wherever you will. Alright, I'll show you. There's a lodge here, a keeper's lodge. Ask for a blessed girl, the daughter of the caretaker, and may he rest in peace. She'll tell you the who's and the where's, the kind soul that she is. Thank you. I'll consider it. Here we go. The last of the people who ambushed me at the station is dying in the cemetery lodge. This man spread the rumor of my murderer with my description. So, there is the option of killing this man. But perhaps we should not. Perhaps this time we should be merciful. Perhaps we shouldn't. Who knows? Let's find out. But first, I think we should probably go and have a quick chat to Notkin. Given that we're so close to the little brat already. And given that he's so nearby, it would probably be an idea to just make sure that we have an idea of what we're doing. Ah, shit. teleportation this low, I cannot afford to be caught. Fuck. Let's see. I don't think I had anything to trade. What's up? So this is just some general dialogue about the Soul and a Halves, who are a gang. I really shouldn't be having a conversation whilst running away from a angry townsman, but I'm gonna have it anyway. So, what's up? Soul and a Halves got an opportunity to catch their breath. This is good. Now everyone will have time to prepare. Otherwise we'd have to mourn our boys, and the Halves will be orphaned. The Soul and a Halves. It's just a catchy name. Notkin says it's because each of them is a familiar. A cat, a dog, a crow, or a grass snake. Half a soul more than a normal person, or a normal animal. I thought locals believed that the normal person is supposed to have one soul. Isn't soul splitting only reserved to your steppe abominations by the local folklore? You nuts? The Shabnak don't have a soul at all. Though, perhaps Notkin's finally done it. He used to make fun of the old legends, taunted the steppe, played spirits. So perhaps the Shabnak came to show him his place. What do they do, these Soul and a Halves of yours? It's a lifestyle that's larger than life. If you join the Soul and a Halves, you'll have to adopt a pet. As you raise it, you change. Then when it's grown, it gets the other way round, and your half begins to take care of you. And so you are always together, bound forever. And what if the animal dies? I don't know. No half has ever died before. What kind of soul and a half are you if your familiar can die? They wouldn't take you in the first place. Animal lifespan isn't that long. Ah, shit. Right. I'm just gonna escape in here for now and hope that they leave me go. Notkin.
Murderer, be safe. Damn, no one can kill Simon Kind. No way.
I couldn't imagine we'd find such a rat among us on the eve of war. I think I met him. What was that about? What was what about? He was wearing a dog's head. So he's gradually turning into a little bitch as a punishment for those who steal from their friends. This can't be true. Hey, do you think the only people walk on two legs? Life is more complicated than that. Sometimes you think, this can't be, and the next thing you know, he's staring you right in the face. Oh right, just kidding, it was a mask. So what did you do to him? Things escalated. I had to kill him. He was a damn good fighter. He did the right thing. Please allow me to present you this weapon as a keepsake. It does actually shoot, by the way, very precisely, on occasion. Alright, let's see how it does in action. Right, good. We now have a gun. So, let's pause for a second. So, having a gun out this time is probably going to be my saving grace for at least a little while to come. I wonder why I haven't gone to Vlad yet. It's because his house hasn't opened, and it doesn't open until 11. So it seems more sensible to do these side quests first. So, why are you so bristled up? It's begun! Crushing blow to the Soul and a Halves is being prepared. There's almost 70 dogheads. No one will escape their doom. Who are the Soul and a Halves and the dogheads? The Soul and a Halves have a soul and a half, and the dogheads have dogheads. As you can see, it's a clash of ideas, a matter of principle. It's an us or them situation, and there will be no mercy. We've got some fierce games. Game to some, destiny to others. I hope you avoid manslaughter. So I can ask a little bit about the area. The crude sprawl, most rottenest place ever. So the soil breathes there as though it could swallow you whole. A real bog. What could you possibly need in that place? How do I get there? It's simple. When they tell you to go to hell, just choose any direction. When you find the worst place in the world, this is it. Haha. You're a very unpolite young man. Try to answer me once again, but this time be serious. He's talking about the area next to the abattoir. Which, to be fair, is pretty shit. Anyway. Moving swiftly onward. We're now going to go over to that cemetery. still quite early in the morning, only 8 o'clock. So we've got time. To a degree. Perhaps not quite enough time though. As is always the problem with Pathologic. Never enough time. So, in the meantime, I'm going to wander out and around via the steppe and desperately hope that we come into contact with this fun stuff called Twire. Twire is or Twirin is the weird medicinal herbal thing which grows. It's a type of weed, basically. And if we can find enough of the stuff, then we might be able to build things like panacea, or things that could help fight the plague when it eventually does come through. I know I'm somewhat breaking character in the sense that I'm looking for Twire before the plague is even broken out, but I think that it's a good idea to be sensible about these things. Especially in a game where you don't really have a lot of options. Christ, everything is really not going well for Burakh at the moment. So the things that up your exhaustion are being awake generally. It goes up at a slow rate, but it also goes up quicker when you move, and it goes up even quicker when you fight. So given all of this, I'm going to try to avoid any more fighting if I can. At least temporarily. Probably took the long way around by not just following the train track straight, but I wasn't sure if there would be any people wandering around the warehouses. If there are, then I would be a dead man. You can see my health is currently less than 10%, so I don't really have very many options. Here's the graveyard. Here's Laska's house. Let's see what she has to say.
It's chilly here. Very chilly.
You look like a person whose heart is burdened with the weight of a great sorrowful loss. What's your name? My name is Artemy Burakh. My name is Grace. I look after the dead. A lovely name. Aren't you a bit too young for such a job?
Sleep is a second meal. I'll manage.
Why have you come? Who's this? Don't finish him off, please. This is the man that tried to kill you. One of those who assaulted you at the station. He says it was you who crippled him. He will die soon enough anyway. He's got so little blood left. Will you let him be? Really? Should I maybe tend to his wounds and sing him a lullaby? Would you want to? Oh, that's wonderful. He's lost a lot of blood, see? He needs some more. I'd share mine with him, but it's poisoned. And I've got too little of it too, so I can't give mine away. Poisoned? With what? Well, Twirin, didn't you know? No. He needs to be given a blood transfusion. Is there anyone here who can perform it? I've heard of a terrible man trading in blood in the stone yard. He is a usurer, but he takes blood too. He has the skills. Want me to show you where he lives? How could you possibly transfuse blood to him? Don't worry about this. There are a lot of people here who know how to handle blood. Fewer of those willing to share it. Alright, I'll speak to this usurer of yours. The humpback man. Who we killed is Daniel. Perhaps he might have a different fate this time. Who knows? However, whether we'll get there or not, I think this is going to be a bit of a tough one. So, onwards we go. I'm going to walk around a little bit, see if I can show you some of the Twire and what it at least vaguely looks like. I'm fairly sure that there's some around this stone cluster here. I don't know whether it'll have grown yet though. certain it's somewhere around here. Ah, here's some. This stuff here, that's twire. That weird looking plant. I am 100% certain there is some in all of these rocks. This is some here as well. So it looks quite different, and it camouflages in extremely well to the rest of the plant life. Unless you really, really know what you're looking for, this stuff is tough to find. I'm not sure if there is any in this particular rock. I was fairly sure that there was. Just gonna keep looking around and tapping the use key until something happens, but I think we might be out of luck. So that's some. It's a small amount. We can probably capture a little bit more on our way down. Sorry, I'm opening up the map a lot. I think, here's some more. So you might have noticed there's quite a lot of different types of twire. That's also fairly significant. It's already gone 9 o'clock. So there's a lot of different types of twire, and they will all fill up my inventory extremely quickly if I'm not careful. The main problem that Burakh has in his game is inventory management, which is a real bitch, to be quite candid. There's definitely one around here somewhere on this corner. I was sure of it. It's possible that it might just not have quite grown yet. I could just be wrong. So, Burakh has a couple of ways of getting twire. You can harvest it himself by wandering out into the middle of nowhere, like I'm currently doing. And taking a bit of a scenic route. This is... oh, there's some there, you can see. Just in the middle of the screen, just grown. So, yes, you can take a scenic route around. And that, to be honest, is probably the best way to do it, is to take this very long and arduous path. It also has the convenient means of both getting something useful for me and also avoiding everything in the middle of the town. Where Daniel really would have wanted to go through the middle of the town, Burakh has to avoid it a lot of the time. If his reputation is as shoddy as it is now, he can't afford to go through without getting attacked. So I really have to pick my battles. Now, there should be some twire around here, next to this weird structure. But I don't really know where it is. Not for sure. Possibly it's growing around these rocks. It tends to grow... they don't tend to put it just in the middle of nowhere, they do tend to put it sort of nearby structures. But I can't see any. I could cheat, I could just turn off the grass textures and change the graphics down so that all of this camouflaging grass is no longer in the way, but I don't think that that's something that I would really be interested in doing. That would a little bit ruin the feel of the game. Having said that, having already played it and having used a guide to assist me in doing so, probably also ruins the spirit of the game somewhat as well, but I'm not too worried on that regard. So our remaining journey will probably take us around in a very large arc. We'll go this way to try and get as much more twire as is humanly possible. But I'm really going to have to sort of organize my journey in as precise a way as I possibly can. There are two ways of getting twire in the game. As Burakh, you can pick it yourself, or you can trade it with the Odongs. The Odongs are not very pleasant. They trade the human organs that you harvest for twire, which they harvest. What they do with human organs is something that I've never asked, and never really wanted to know the answer to either. So, I think I might go up this way around instead, actually, because I know there's some more twire up between where I'm standing and this stone structure here, which hasn't quite loaded in yet. The draw distance isn't quite far enough to spot it, but it is certainly there. It is. Now, if you stand close enough to it, you should be able to hear some chanting of the step. I missed the twire though. Well. This is a bit of a fruitless hunt. Which is something that is naturally quite frustrating. I think that's some twire ahead though. Or maybe that's just a path. Yeah, it is just a little dirt path. It's very difficult to spot the patching of twire. I have a feeling it's around here, from what I can vaguely recall, but I don't really know where it is. We might have to call this mission a bit of a bust, as is a common case in Pathologic. Okay, now I know that there's some up near this fencing as well, and there's definitely some near the weird stairway to nothing. Where is the damn stuff? I was certain it was around here somewhere. But as you can see, grass just looks like grass. Oh, that's it. Okay. Reminds me somewhat of gathering Nirnroot in the Elder Scrolls games. Also occasionally frustrating and quite often fruitless task. So, this is the border of the town here. I don't like the idea of going through, but we might have to bite the bullet slightly. It's still quite early on in the day. 10 o'clock. Plenty of time. Right. Twire is definitely here, somewhere. Except these plants are not twire. Okay. Well, that was it. That was one of them. I presume there's some more around here somewhere. No. It's extremely difficult to tell what is and is not twire here. And I'm currently just tapping the keys furiously to try to pick up something, anything that I can't fully see. No. Oh, wait, is that it? That's it. There we go. So there's a lot of different types of twire. And it's worth noting that... Shit. Gonna be funneled under the bridge. We might be. Shit. Okay, unfortunately, there's not too many people outside. There's too many. We're gonna have to run around and find another way through. Our exhaustion is really burning us up. I don't think we can really last much longer. Shoot. I'm not sure how much money we have either. Not very much. And we will need to spend it on food. Okay. So I'm gonna just go around the outside of this here. Go swimming for a while. Right, this tower, I'm fairly sure, also has twire beside it. It must do. So I'll have a quick show of the inventory. We have, as you can see, brown, bloody, swevery, black, twire, and just also a general flower. Flower is just a unrelated miscellaneous piece of inventory. But we do have multiple different types of twire. Shoot, where is it? Where is it? There's definitely one beside this tower somewhere. I'm wasting time. Oh, that's it. Okay. Now this is going to be a real doozy. I don't know how we're going to do this. Our reputation is awful. I'm going to quick save here. Hope to God that we don't run into too many people. The music has changed from the somewhat upbeat tone of the step to the familiar. There's nothing I have that she'll accept. Do you have a bottle of Maridorm? No, that's probably going to come in handy. So if I have the Maridorm... Shit. Probably can't really get around this very easily. Okay. Just need to be very careful. If he detects me, I am a little bit screwed. I think we got away with that. So there's not very much twire that grows in the middle of the town, funnily enough. Rare plants tend to grow in the steppe. Right. So I made a slight error in judgment. Previous moments, I did just reload that quick save because I did just accidentally die. It's very easy to die as the Haruspex. Unfortunately, from what I learned in that point of death was that at present... Shit. Just gonna leave a human kidney just here. Right, that'll do. Oh, that was close. Right. So my main problem at the moment is that I have awful hit points. My health is terrible. And as such, I can't actually manage to do the blood transfusion. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to go from here, or at least where I need to go. It's possible that I might have to go to Big Vlad's. It's nearly 11 now. So I might just have to work my way around to his and hope desperately that I can find a way to down a bottle of Maridorm and sleep. Shit. Thankfully, his range for noticing people is pretty dim. Ah, shit. Yeah, the town's quite nice. Right, we're gonna have to really make a big dash for it here. Nobody's going to trade with me. I can't buy food. It's a possibility that I shouldn't have harmed. That's barter. I ain't got nothing worth trading for. Jeez, right. So this next bit's not going to be possible without shit being chased. Oh fuck. So, yeah, you go squat there, girl. Just ignore the crowd of, oh jeez. So, I'm sure that this is a, crap. This is not going well. This is really not going well. And if I get hit just once, I think I'm gonna die. Vlad, please save me.
Who is this bachelor really after? Can he be an inspector?
I guess I know who stands before me. I know of your tragedy, my boy. I am Vladislav Olgimsky, Boos. You probably don't remember me. I am wholly at your disposal. Somehow, I didn't expect you to be so young. I'm not all that young. You expecting to see a senior person or something? No, but your father was so old. I couldn't shake away the feeling that I was to see his copy. Were you expecting me? I was for a while. A lady whose intuition can be trusted has told me you were to come by any day now. We'll talk about that later. Well met, Artemy Burakh. I am the eldest of our family now. You may call me Haruspex or Warden.
Swine.
Artemy Burakh.
Beasts. I shouldn't have indulged their whims.
Yes. Isidore's death is a terrible loss. Terrible. Just like your looks. But please forgive this old man his poor manners. It's hard for me to tell you that the death of your beloved father is most likely just the beginning of your misfortunes, Master Burakh. Some bastards attacked me as soon as I got off the train. Yes, I've heard already. Those bastards, however, weren't looking for the person who got off the train, but rather for someone planning to board it. They were after a murderer, you see. One who's caused a lot of problems already. A lot. They say your father's death is a murderer's doing too, yeah? What? My father's been murdered? There's a theory. A weird death. He was ready for it, though, wasn't he? He did let you know beforehand. And he died precisely that night. Well, the fear is greater than the reason for it, you know. Pray tell, why would anyone examine the evidence now? It's much easier to just tear apart the troublemaker. Which is you, that is. What do I have to do with the murder? I've only just arrived. The men at the station mistook you for the murderer. The problem is, now they're broadcasting your features to anyone who would listen. You do stand out, you know, and mass hysteria is an excellent environment for rash accusations coupled with the questionable visions of a certain influential lady. What lady? A well-respected one. Do you remember the Saburovs? I don't doubt that. Katerina isn't that much older than you. Katerina, Alexander Saburov's wife. She has extraordinary talents, precognitive, dare I say. No one questions them, that much is certain. Did she foresee me coming? Not only that, she foresaw many horrors related to you, but it's all very vague, and, you know, compared to my deceased wife, Katerina's talents are, to put it mildly, controversial. But they're enough for the commoners to identify you, and... So what, am I a suspect for the whole town? A suspect? No, I wish. It's not a suspicion, there's not a shade of doubt. They're positive it was you, my dear Master Burakh. You are being hunted, and until panic settles down, please do consider their proof irrefutable. Those who have been left lying by the station are self-explanatory too. What am I being accused of? First of all, the deaths that you are actually to blame for. It was self-defense perhaps, but you can't prove that right now. But that's a minor problem anyway. Secondly, the murder of this town's leader, Simon Kane. Now that is more serious. A tangled mess of interests and parties. And thirdly, you've been accused of killing your father, Isidore. Patricide, killing my father? This is horse shit. It's all one big mess, one big knot, and you have to see that. It's not like the mob is looking for two separate murderers, really. Patterns feel similar, the circumstances. And, by the way, Isidore and Simon had met the day before. What can I say? One thing leads to another. It's not like they've got the time to reflect upon the situation thoughtfully. They're in a hurry to catch the bad guy. Well, the bad guy's still here. But I've only just arrived on a switch engine. Pray tell, and who was the engine driver, huh? Don't rack your brains, you won't remember, but I will. The station, after all, is my domain. You won't testify to your alibi. A half-human that he is, deaf and dumb too. Nobody knows how long you had been hiding in the town, having secretly arrived. The seer had spoken of it beforehand. I wouldn't wish I knew of this on my worst enemy. The leader's death has stirred the townsfolk up, and the Kanes are also willing to take drastic measures now, and you don't want to make those hawks angry. Patricide is a blasphemous crime, and you're yet to clear those accusations up. As for now, you're an outlaw. Hopefully you believe I'm innocent. I do, and so do the members of my family, perhaps several others. We do believe you are innocent, yes, but going out there. Pray forgive me. It would be better to march straight into the wheel to be broken on. The mob will tear you to pieces. Do you have a weapon? I don't. Or maybe that's for the better. You never know. It's hard to fight the mob with my bare hands. The poor creatures in the streets are really not to blame. Don't be too harsh on them. First time in many years they've got an opportunity to witness absolute evil. They will not come to their senses in due time. Meanwhile, you need to come into your inheritance, don't you? And that means you need to free yourself from accusations first, huh? Yes. My word won't be enough. Everyone's squabbling. They'll probably see foul play in this. Here's what I think. The Kanes have commissioned a peculiar man to handle Simon's case, a bachelor of medicine. He'd come a long way here, and just in time too, as though it was meant to be like this. He's the one searching for the murderer for them. You suggest I meet him? He's quite quick on the draw, they say. If only you could find him before he finds you. He won't shoot you straight away then, perhaps. Meanwhile, I'll be doing everything I can to aid you. Would have been so much better if you could just lay low for a while, but they'll come for you here soon, I'm afraid. I did lead them here. Alright, I'll speak to this bachelor. Just wait till the evening, please. Right now he is also confused, so he'll shoot first and ask questions later. And just please do your best not to break more bones. Don't attack random people in the street. Just go easy on them and work gradually on restoring your good name. Also, go see my daughter right now. She's a good girl and she's got something to tell you. I'll take any well-minded advice. This didn't really necessarily help my case much. So, we have some further ideas of what we may need to do. I might, however, pause for a bit instead. Down a bottle of Maridorm and sleep for 6 hours. Hopefully that'll boost my hit points up enough. Ah, shit, my hunger. Of course the hunger. Right. Stark Reuben, your childhood friend and most faithful student of your father, has sworn to kill you as he's learned that you murdered your father, his master, over an inheritance dispute. Beware of this man. He's blinded by fury, despair, desire, vengeance, and self-righteousness. He's very dangerous. Always at your service. Benefactors. Concerning the inheritance. Artemy, my son, I am at my deathbed. Before I die, I need to speak to you regarding your future, and I need to pass to you whatever meager property I have. I must warn you that I had to participate in some mysterious and, as my experience suggests, unfortunate events. I took an enormous responsibility upon myself, and I am no longer my own master. Therefore, if you choose to reject my inheritance with what obligations it entails, I will understand your choice and will not begrudge you that. I don't have much time left. Please make haste. I want to see you one last time. What a pity I did not spend more time with you while I still could. Your loving father, Isidore Burakh. P.S. If you don't make it while I am still alive, go straight to Vlad. He will accommodate you and inform you of my latest affairs in as much detail as he is able to. Right. And we did that. Okay. It is 5:30. Our reputation is still awful. There must be some way to do this. Okay. So, we should probably go and talk to Capella first. I might still be using their old names. I do apologize if this isn't what their actual names are.
It's hard for us to believe in things that lie outside of our scope.
Who are you? Why are you covered in blood? I am Artemy Burakh, son and heir to Isidore Burakh. So it's you, Artemy, the Haruspex? We have long been waiting for you. I am Victoria. My father is Vladislav Olgimsky. My friends call me Capella. Will we be friends? Of course we will. Well, at least I hope so. Do you believe in premonitions? Or what about precognition? I've never encountered anything of the kind. Actually, Artemy has, so I do. I have a feeling that in less than 2 weeks our world will collapse and be reborn in a new form. I will have to create new life and sacrifice myself for the future's sake. Will you help me with that? I hope that you won't have to sacrifice anything for now.
There was no murder, right?
You were a victim.
Was there?
Fuck off. You were a victim of a terrible mistake. There is something I want to reveal to you. It will help you reestablish your good reputation. I'll give you a few names. All of them belong to children, but don't judge them by their age. Some of them may be of invaluable help to you. Is that so? It is. All of them have been seeing Isidore quite often lately. Maybe some of them can even surmise who the real killer is. And the rest know for a fact that you are innocent. They are bound, and so accusing a person of patricide would be unnatural to them, even if the evidence is obvious. Happy to hear that. They can help you find out how your father spent his last evening. I only know that he went off into the steppe for a very long time and came back very late last night. That is when the children went to see the old man in secret. What for? Do you know why their relationship with your father has grown tighter recently? I have no idea. The reason is quite sad. These children, my friends and faithful aides, are going to die soon. Why? Are they terminally ill? No, but you must believe me. Your father has done so without hesitation. And you know that he was a clever and suspicious man. He kept checking if anything was wrong with the kids every day. It's just how their line of fortune goes. They're more likely to die than to live. How do you know that? Precognition. Not only mine, though. All of us agree on this. So did your father and Simon. It's still so hard for me to speak about them in the past tense. And Maria, too. Katerina, even. Everyone agrees. Please, take care of them like your father did. They must live. Simon and Isidore died, so they too must be on the brink. What can I do for them? Just keep them in mind. And if you ever hold their lines of fortune in your hand, please do not let them go. You are also not a common man, you know. You are your father's son. Is that so? Whatever happens, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine, and they may well hold the keys to victory in their hands. Murky, Sticky, Notkin, Grace, Capella, Tayataychik, and Khan. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Adherents, 7 people bound to my fate, who I must make sure to save. Oh, it's just a kid, we're okay. So, let's see. Still, here lives Vlad the Younger. So there's an implication from looking at this map that going to see Vlad the Younger might be a good idea. even if his dad doesn't like him very much. Okay. So, having killed that one... Having killed that one innocent guy who was trying to chase me down, my reputation my reputation really has suffered. I'm really not doing very well with this at all. Okay. I have a feeling that the traders won't trade with me. Get lost, you won't be sold a thing here. I've heard some nasty things about you, shoo, go away. Right, so they won't trade with me. Still, it was useful for at least getting the people off my back. Right. Ah, bloody hell. Right. We're really not doing well here. No, now's not the time to go bin raking. Christ, we're gonna die. We're gonna die so early on. Okay. So, Vlad the Younger, hopefully he'll be able to tell us something. Vlad.
What?
That's... Our family has big plans. The first of them has to do with your deceased father's inheritance. Hopefully your plans concur with mine.
The big city guest jumps the gun too much. Not the mystery-solving type, really.
A plank here, but hey-oh. So Isidore has left you an inheritance. A questionable stroke of luck. He wasn't rich, I believe. I'll find a use for the money, no matter what the amount. I didn't mean the money. Knowing your esteemed father, I dare suggest that there's something else in his inheritance. It is a Burakh's legacy, after all. Family's ritualistic tradition implies mostly something of a less material nature, doesn't it? Probably. Speaking of tradition, I've always marveled at your Burakh's faithfulness to your duty. It seems to be sacred for all of you, especially when it has to do with debts. Going on, a wise man would never allow his dead to have outstanding debts. Where are you going with this? Well, true. If that ever happens, the warden's kin is stripped of their right to possess secret knowledge. A Haruspex whose conscience is guilty is no longer a Haruspex. At least that's what I've been told. Exactly. You're not an expert in the local traditions, though, are you? Even though you come from a native family. You were taken away when you were very young. You seem to know more than I do. How come? I'm just keen on the local lore. I mean my father's personal circumstances. How do you know what his inheritance contains? A simple analysis leads me to believe that you'll inherit something else, along with priceless knowledge, unique potions, and material possessions, of course. An obligation. A terrible one. What kind of obligation? A risky obligation, a dangerous one. So if I were you, I would think twice before accepting that inheritance. Even though you're in a dire situation, you may find that there's a venomous snake in that precious chest. No, I don't believe in avoiding obligations, and I won't ever leave my father's beyond life's doorstep burdened with something I am afraid to take on. So I thought, you truly are your father's son, and still, this weight could break your back. Do you know something that I don't, Master Vlad? Only that this burden broke your father's back the day before. I don't believe in this man-eater woman, I simply don't. And I've heard that he'd given an oath he swore on the honor of his family. And that means on your honor as well. That was why he'd called upon you, not because he was about to die. Do you know that for sure? No, these are simply my fragmentary observations. I am quite observant, you know, in the following analysis that allows to wrap it all up into a single logical picture. This is my version of what happened. I can commend your principles and courage, but I also feel sorry for you. Think about it. I thank you, but I've made up my mind already.
I am crushed by these walls.
Where can I find the tools and the resources I need? So you're not welcome in the shops, are you? There's a way out. Try to get to know Bad Grief. Tell him your name, and I'll be damned if he doesn't treat you with the utmost respect. Griff. King of Thieves, a smuggler, a counterfeit Turin maker. All in all, an exceptionally graceless specimen. But he does have his own principles, and he can be useful sometimes. Right now, he can be useful to you. Where's he hiding? In his lair at the northern warehouses. Be careful, though. It's the bandits' domain, after all. I can hold my own. Ah, So there has to be a way to get around to Griff's warehouse without dying on the way. You might have noticed that the hunger is really getting so great now as to be utterly unmanageable. I may have messed that up. Oh dear. This is going to be a very difficult start. You might have noticed that day 1 for Burakh is significantly more difficult than day 1 of The Bachelor. Burakh does not have a very nice time. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It's now 6 o'clock in the evening. We have 6 hours to try to unscrew up everything. I genuinely don't know whether we'll make it today. I think today is going to be really, really difficult. Given that we have to run around in circles the whole time to try to avoid getting... Shit. Fuck. Oh god. Yeah, we might be really screwed. But I don't want to kill anyone else. My reputation's already too low.
That doctor is quick on the draw, eh?
Okay.
A part of
So, what's the news in town? There's a lot of things going on left and right, they are. I got this feeling we're gonna have a heavy day today. Lots of stuff happening. Depends on what you're looking for. What's your deal? I'm looking for trouble. Oh, well, I've got word there's an ambush at the station again. But it ain't no common folks this time. There's some stronger meat there. Brigands and thugs. Armed, by the way. Wanna meet 'em? May end good for you, or it may put you 6 feet under. Really? That's interesting. And how long will they be there? I don't know. I didn't send 'em there. Tried to talk 'em out of it even. So it ain't my trouble if they come round complaining. You catch my drift. Aren't you a weasel, Griff?
that doctor.
Okay, right now we're gonna try and trade. Desperately. Revolver, rifle. We don't have a rifle, but the rifle ammunition is up for grabs. Lockpicks. Rifle. I don't really know how we're gonna get hold of. Shit. I don't think he wants a liver somehow. Right, he doesn't really want Turin. Razors are doing some good for him. Shotgun shells, protective gloves. There's nothing here that's gonna give me enough juice to buy a rifle at this stage in the game. Unfortunately. Turin. Nope, that's not. Nothing he has to sell is gonna be useful to me. It's frustrating. Or he did tell me. Oh, are you kidding me? God. He did tell me about an ambush going to go on at the station, but that's almost completely useless to me now. I'm being chased. God, I at some point will talk a bit more about the lore and the background of what's going on, and trying to give at least my understanding of how this plot is working and what actually is happening. But it'll require things to be a little bit more calm, and I'm not quite at that stage yet. Might just quickly drop a hard save, because we're currently not doing all that well. But we're doing really, really badly. I can't tell what type of guy that is. Right. So those are actually just townsfolk. They're not the bandits that I'm looking for. I'm looking for bandits. More of these little assholes that we kill. Okay, now this might be going a little bit better. So, reputation went up a very small amount from that. Crap. How do they keep spotting me? Okay. So we're now holding a big shotgun. This might... Well, taking down these guys certainly helps. So that did a very small amount for our reputation. That was a slight boost. I think I might have just undone the reputation that I just earned by having to kill the 2 townsfolk as well as the bad guys, but hey ho. Hunger is really gonna kill us. I think we might be a little bit screwed. I genuinely don't know how we do this part of the game. So, another thing that Griff should probably have told us is a bit about Dankovsky. And where Dankovsky is going to be. Now, dear old Daniel is probably going to be hanging around at Eve's place. I'm desperately hoping that he can give us a bit of a boost in reputation. Christ. This is really going badly. It's already 7. And we haven't finished the main quest of the day. I think we might lose. I genuinely think we might lose this one. I think I made some bad decisions fairly early on. Right. Drunkard, please give me a tourniquet. Ah, I don't have enough for a bandage. Oh, this is so frustrating. Right. Okay, fine. Ah, dear. Oh dear, this is really terrible. This is going really badly. Right. Daniel, are you here? Eve? No.
I've seen the
You have wolf's
angel
eyes.
of death by the window.
You have wolf's eyes. Stop giving me that look. What's your name? There's no reason for you to call me by name. I should probably give you a funny nickname.
We sometimes differ more widely from ourselves than we do from others.
Don't you dare come near me. I'll scream. Why, you scared of me? Very much so. I thought the bachelor was staying here. He is? Well, then he'll protect you if anything goes wrong. Oh dear. Eve's internal monologue. Right. Bachelor, are you up here? Daniel!
What a peculiar place. I didn't think there were still towns like this in the country.
Yes. Far be it from me to call myself a person of mystical inclinations. However, when I look at you, I get the feeling that nature is playing jokes on us. It's as if both the left and the right hand have clutched to the head to realize for the first time that they are two parts of a single whole. I get that feeling too. Does that mean we're alike? I don't know. We can become enemies so easily. Artemy Burakh, that it would be best for us to make every possible effort to stay friends until our point of view diverges irreparably. I am Bachelor Dankovsky. Do you agree with me? Better a bad peace than a good quarrel.
What is there to talk about now?
So, here you are. Until recently, you've been thought to have murdered Simon Kane, 15 other men whose names I'd be damned to remember, and Isidore Burakh, your own father. Is that correct? 15? Yes, as time went by, the Turnskin committed more and more murders, the Turnskin whose description somehow fits your features to a T. It all makes sense now. I've been hunting you all day, and I was just about to finally catch you. I found out that you're innocent of Simon's, and by extension Isidore's, death. And how do you know that? Simon died of a contagious disease. It's been firmly established. A new strain of scarlet fever or pneumonic plague, most likely, or perhaps cholera. And that means you're clear of charges, for what it's worth. And it's not worth much. I don't know about you, but being clear of suspicion is worth quite a lot, really. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank Christ. We needed that so badly. I should probably talk to Daniel again, just to make sure we've exhausted all the conversation options before we move on.
What a peculiar...
Nah, we did. Okay, right, the reputation is now at a manageable level once more. We're not going to be immediately attacked as soon as we walk in the street. That is one thing. Okay. I don't know what we trade away. Dear, oh dear. I have a bad feeling that doing this transfusion is probably going to not go down well for us. So... oh dear. I know I've just dropped a quick save just then. And I've just had to cut slightly because, as is typical in this game, I glitched it, bugged it, and died. And I hadn't saved in a while, because I'm a moron. I also screwed this bit up. Anyway, your face looks familiar, and yet we haven't met before. What do you need, you parasite? They say you've got donated blood. Nope. Allow me to enlighten you. Blood can't be preserved outside of a living organism. Someone is wounded and needs blood. Sure, care to give away some of your own? I'll pack it for you. I will, that's why I came here. Right. Transfusion blood, thank goodness. So, previously... I need to get a bandage. Or I'm gonna die on the walk. Oh dear. Right. So previously, that transfusion blood... my inventory was full, so Burakh didn't take it. So he left the transfusion blood wasn't taken. And because it wasn't taken, nothing happened. I got to the other side of town, barely much health left. My reputation is high enough that people won't attack me in the streets, but it's still too low for any traders to be willing to trade with me. So I got to the other side, was about to do the transfusion, didn't have the blood to transfuse, and as a consequence died because I didn't have enough health and my hunger was too great. My health drained away slowly and I didn't get to okay. My health drained away slowly and I didn't have the reputation in order to go and buy more food. I still don't at present, but at least this time I can maybe make a slightly quicker run for it. Hopefully one of these guys is going to have a bandage. Thank goodness. So my health is now a slightly more normal level, but my hunger is still far too high. Far too high to do anything really. Right. I am mainly gonna. You can see already my health's been draining because my hunger is too high. That will drain further. The longer I leave it be, the worse it's going to get. So currently, I'm desperately hoping that enough of these guys, these drunkards, will trade me enough water. Enough water for bandages so I can at least keep myself going slightly longer. It's not a very good solution, and it's certainly not a permanent solution. But it will last for at least a short while. Now, unfortunately, I still have to finish this quest and do the last part of the main quest of the day before midnight, which gives us 4 hours. I'm not sure if that also gives us enough time to buy or barter for any more food. That moment of sleeping during the day was a really risky move, and I might have shot myself in the foot by doing it. In fact, I think it was probably a really bad idea. But I don't think I really had enough of a choice. So, this is what we're going to have to do instead. I think we're going to just about manage it. What is this guy's deal? Oh, they're hunting for the witch. So they pick random female citizen and they will try and kill her. I can't intervene in that, because if I save anyone, then my reputation will go down because I'll have killed someone else. Everyone in that particular fight is regarded as an innocent. So I have to walk on by. Goodness, this is really, really not good. So I think part of the main reason that my hunger is as high as it is because I used the bottle of Meridorm to sleep with, and I slept through the middle of the day rather than trying to get food. But I didn't really have a choice. This was really the only way in order to get reputation high enough. And in small communities, reputation is everything.
Sleep is a second meal. I'll manage.
Here, I brought the blood, even though it cost me quite a lot. You've done a very good deed. I'll do my best to tell everyone about it. Will they listen, though? Right, so this guy, random village idiot townsfolk, who decided to attack me for no good reason, is now alive again.
Yes?
That should be my reputation restored. I did it for myself, not for you. The words of an honest man. How can I repay you? Do you need anything of mine? Tell me who sent you. Sort of happened all by itself. Someone said that one of the rulers promised a reward for the killer. Don't know who it was, Cain or Fat Vlad maybe. So they sent us to keep watch. You're gonna wait for the train, they said. And when it comes, bam! And he's out. Watch the smoke then. So which one was it? Cain or Vlad? I don't know really. I think it was Vlad. It's not like I was assigned. I'm not a leader by nature, you know. I just followed my mate's cue. We were told that bony man-eater had to be cooked. We even did the garlic thing. And there you go. Here's how it turned out. You had it coming. Health still draining. Reputation, however, should be restored to full. Right. We're really going to need to eat something. So our last thing of the day, before it gets too late, is going to Isidore's house, which is here. Now, fortunately, there are some food shops on the way, I believe. Shit, though, that health is really draining. I genuinely will die if I don't get this fixed. His Burakh is a bit too fragile right now to be taking too many gambles. Now, there is a further problem with this, in that I'm probably going to have to sell most of what I own in order to get anything. You can see the health is actually draining down quite actively there. Right. What have we got? Oh goodness, actually I can buy a lot of stuff. I can just sell my gloves. I can sell all of those. Fresh meat is always better than fresh fish. Doing all of this now because this is probably our only shot at getting cheap food. Right, that'll do. Jeez. Our health is still awful. Ah, Christ, the hour is turned. But we need to go and see the House of the Damned. Going to drop another quick hard save now that we've got this far. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get through. Well, well, what are you looking for, mate? And here, just who are you, mate? God, mate. Ours is an unkind job, you know. Got what you're in charge of. Beat those who look suspicious to a pulp. And we've got fistloads, you know, mate. Open the door for me, will you? No can do. The lock's pretty strong, you see, and the guys that are standing guard blocking off the termitary have taken the key away. So, not possible. Blocking off the termitary. They tried to break out. A restless lot, you know. They tried to break out. Who did? None of your business, mate. Why are you here, then? We're hunting down the killer. You look like a bull dressed in raw hide. They say it's the son of the poor victim man. I'm starting to suspect it might be you. Mate. It's not me. Moron. Right. So this is where they are. They're in the termitary. That's where all of my inheritance is being kept. And the guy with the keys to it. Right. Now, I've got a little bit of food in my backup inventory. But now this is significant. All of the prices are going to rise hugely tomorrow. We know this. Who goes there? Freeze. Hey, you! Over here! Swing it! Be quiet. Ah, shit. One shot. Nice. And the key. Oh, and I should probably also take some organs as well. Now, this is... I don't know whether this is a good idea, but we're going to try it. See if we can try and trade any of our remaining crap away for something useful. Because we're going to really regret it if we don't, I think. Twire isn't worth anything to them. Bullets, however, are. No. Dried fish, fresh meat. Dried fish is probably going to be useful. None of them are going to want blood, are they? We still need... Fine. That'll do. I can afford to lose one bullet. And have a good supply of food. Right. Okay, now we're doing significantly better than we were. Okay. Oof. We actually may have had some time to spare. I think we got quite lucky. This could have been so much worse. Crying woman. Right. Now, we remember what this was like when we went in here as Daniel. I'm predicting it's going to be just as bad. Oh, rat. Weapon. That's a lot of rats.
Yep.
What? Haven't seen you around here before? You a termitary dweller or something? No, my name is Artemy Burakh. My name's Sticky. Nice to meet you.
This joint.
Hey, keep your hands off me. Don't you think
made of
anything funny?
metal.
I didn't come here to steal or anything. So what are you doing here then? I spent the night here, seeing so much stuff. Why the hell did you get in here in the first place? Well, you know, we were sort of mates with the old guy. I mean your father, sir. He spent a lot of time with us kids. He was going to teach us things after we grew up. He made a lot of cool stuff, but showed us very little. We were sort of curious. You gotta be curious when you make friends with a warden. And so you broke into the house to spy on him. I did nothing. I thought maybe he brought some creepy stuff in from the steppe. A lot of the things were brewing lately. I figured he wouldn't go out there for nothing, would he? He used to bring all sorts of stuff in from there. The clay head was one hell of a thing. So, what do you know about how he was murdered? Well, nothing to write home about, really. I spent most of the time hiding inside that wardrobe. Old Isidore walked around a bit at first, then he had a bunch of visitors. Seen little, heard even less. Tell me about that little. Well, he just came and sat there brooding for a while. Rattled and fidgeted with some stuff, poured some water or something. Then someone really heavy came in. His door opened the door without asking, even though he used to always ask. The guy seemed like a stepman to me. He had a harsh, low voice. Butcher, I'd say. It all went quiet. What do you mean? I was just sitting there for 2 hours or so, but I wasn't sleeping. Thought that he did fall asleep though. Then I started to get out, and there he was, lying on the floor, all dead. I wasn't scared, but then I saw something above me crawl straight back in again. Didn't quite get what I saw then. Speak up. It was dark there, you know. The light had died out. It was the guards who had turned it on again later, but before that there was someone else here, looked very much like a woman. Or rather, I get the feeling that it was a woman, but the silhouette was so shapeless. More like a spirit, not a human. What are you talking about, what spirit? I'm telling you, that thing had a woman's head, but the body was a crude lump of a body, and she made no sound, as if she were gliding, not walking. Then those guys came in and started stomping around, looking around. They said the steppe creature was once again in town, searching for food. A Shabnak Adir. What was my father doing earlier? Murky and I decided to watch him all night after we found he was back from the steppe. I spied out after him all the way to his house and then got on here. Before that, Murky had lost him near the station near Vlad the youngest, though you go ask her, she's probably sleeping now in her van. Where did they take the body? To the cemetery, perhaps. Ask Grace, but most likely he's been fed to the earth. The guards come mostly from the steppe too, and you know what kind of rights they've got there. They won't have the earth waiting too long, not for a warden. Let's see. Right, back to the cemetery. Now, this is going to be interesting. So, do we have time? Possible. We need to go to the cemetery. I think there is probably we're going to need to visit the other kids first. And then I think hopefully we should be okay for the day. We can do it though, I think. I emphasize that I think. I'm not honestly sure. I would really hope that we could. We're most of the way there though. Right. Okay, good. 21:52. That's not too late. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. It'll probably be 10 o'clock by the time we talked to Grace, or Laska, as I will keep on calling her. Her old name from the previous game. Okay, so here we go.
It's chilly here.
Grace.
Very chilly.
Grace, shut up. Grace. Grace, did you see my father, Isidore Burakh, yesterday? Oh, I did. I saw him return to the steppe. Have you talked to him? No, but I followed him. He entered his house and then I felt that he was anxious, desperate even. He smelled of smoke. I didn't dare knock on the door, but peeked in through the window. And what did you see? I saw him take off his warm clothes, take them outside, and burn them. Then he wiped his body with cloth, threw it on the floor, and burnt that as well. Then he got dressed and left. I followed him. I tried to call out for him quietly, but he didn't hear me. He arrived at the stone yard and knocked on Simon's door, and they let him in. And then? Then I went back. I stopped by at Murky's on my way to tell her that old Isidore was back. And who is Murky? The girl, an orphan like me. She lives in a carriage and doesn't really like to talk. Thank you, Grace. Alright. So conveniently, what this is doing is in fact making sure that we actually end up visiting every last one of our adherents, or our bound, before they, well, before day 2. So, I think we are roughly prepared for tomorrow. We have enough food. We don't really have any money. Our weapons are sparse. We have a shed load of twire in our pockets, and we've got a whole bunch of human organs. This is probably just enough for us to keep going with. I think we'll survive. But I'm not going to be 100% certain of how easy our survival will be. Day 2 is the worst in terms of food prices, especially. So, we'll see how that goes. I would imagine that it should go okay. We stocked up on enough. But we can never be sure with these things. Right. Here we go. So it's this carriage here, I presume. We'll see how this goes.
Perhaps she is the man-eater. So scary.
I saw you. You saw me? I live here. See this van? Cozy.
Where is my dog?
You're so...
Who will feed it?
Fuck off. So big. Wow. Right. You're so big. Murky, tell me, did you go to my father, to Isidore, yesterday? I did. Grace invited me to. When? At night? So you didn't sleep? I didn't. I rarely sleep at night. What did you see? I saw him return home. He sat down and was just sitting for the longest time. He didn't move. He fell asleep most likely. Then I came back here and I saw you arrive. What, you saw me get off the train? I saw you get into a fight too. Then I hid myself and fell asleep. So you came back from my father and then I arrived. There's a lot of time passed between these two events? Yes. I had enough time to repair the mousetrap. Will you tell me what you've just told me? Will you tell what you've just told me to anyone else if I bring them here? I will. Thank you, Murky. Right. That, I believe, is the last thing that we need to do. We can probably survive for a little bit longer. Now, let's earn ourselves some money. Blast a few bad guys. And go see a play. I think that should conclude this day. So what do we know now? I, Artemy Burakh, am the son of Isidore Burakh, who is essentially a priest of sorts. A priest that worked with the cult of the Children of Bodo, which is a earth deity cult, and is the primary undercurrent religion of most of the steppe people here. It's not necessarily religion in the same sense of organized religion, like what would most likely be Orthodox Christianity. That should probably be the main dominant religion in this area of the world, in this presumed time period. But this is more like superstition and belief. It's like the Irish fairies or other such local superstitions. Drunkard, maybe you can give me a bandage. But these superstitions here have... it doesn't have anything. Have very, very high... well, very high value within the culture. They matter, they are incredibly important. And being incredibly important, they really inform a lot of what the culture does and believes. And the culture, in this case, believes that the act of cutting into another person, which is effectively the act of assault, mutilation, or murder, is a sin. It's taboo. You can, of course, kill someone via hitting them with your fist or via blunt injury, which is how they kind of got around that taboo. And this is also, incidentally, why only the outlaws and bandits carry knives. We know that this taboo is important in the way that everyone behaves. Oh no, that wasn't what I wanted to do at all. Ah, fine. And we know that there are only a few people allowed to break this taboo. Now, those people are the dedicated priest-surgeons, like Isidore Burakh, like Artemy Burakh now will be. And this is the main thing that frustrated Daniel during his quest, and stopped him from really kind of going anywhere or doing half the things he wanted to or needed to do. Now, I'm just going to quick save here. Ah, locked. Okay. So, we know a lot of things about the characters from that. We know a lot of what Artemy will need to do will involve effectively becoming this decorated surgeon-like character. Surgeon priest. Now, we know he's got some skills already. He studied medicine in the big city. So he is actually just as smart as Daniel, theoretically. He's probably not quite as posh, but he's still an intelligent man. He is a doctor. He can also, from what we can see, when he interacts with any dead body, he can pretty neatly harvest organs. Now, I'm assuming that organs aren't going to necessarily be harvested in a very precise manner. I'm sure that there will be some damage to most of the organs in question. Or at least enough damage to... oh, well, a mild amount of damage. Not enough to make them valueless to the people that we have to sell them to. It'll do. Really, what I would like to do is get a bottle of Maridorm and sleep, but I don't think that's an option. Anyway. Now, harvesting organs is not an easy thing to do. Removal of a liver requires effectively tearing open multiple ligaments. Which isn't impossible, it isn't unreasonable. Especially if it's on a cadaver. But nevertheless, to know where you're going and what you're doing with it requires fairly distinct knowledge of anatomy. To be able to do it without completely destroying and eviscerating all the other internal organs is also important. And Burakh evidently knows how to do that. You can also harvest kidneys. Now that's a lot more difficult to do. Just due to the general anatomy and where they're being placed, where they are placed in the human body. If you have the ability to harvest kidneys, you're especially on your own, you are both quite skilled and pretty strong. Now the final one that he can also harvest is the heart. We know that he can harvest hearts from being able to loot them from bodies. Now, that's not easy. You would have to effectively tear open someone's sternum and pry apart the rib cage, and in order to remove a heart with any semblance of neatness. Now, I'm assuming that's not what he's doing, because there's not really the time nor the space to be able to do so. So what I'm assuming that he is doing is making an incision below the sternum and effectively just putting a hand in, making some incisions around the great vessels and removing the heart from sort of underneath and below the sternum and pulling it out via the abdomen.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Let's see this mime performance.
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named. It's called the Sand Pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything here.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please. Shoo!
Ah, good old Mark Immortal. Hello again.
It is sometimes necessary to play the fool, to avoid being deceived by cunning men.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Mark Immortal, the impresario of the theatre and a master of puppets. Would the kind sir like to see the mime show? Yes, I would. Wait for the announcement then. It will begin soon. How are you planning to impress me, impresario? Oh, you will also have a role there. A major one, kind sir. Find an extra to substitute for me.
Even the wisest of men.
Right. That is day 1 of the Haruspex. I hope everyone else has a more pleasant evening than Burakh has had. See you guys later.